Well guys, this is the actual kit I use for preparing a couple of things. I'm gonna make a connector that connects a normal dynamic microphone directly into the camera. Well, let's just try this. This one I had lying around is for my Sennheiser wireless stuff. And I need to go from this to a similar plug in the other end, which I do not have now. It's you turn the signal around, then I connect this like this, and then I have a mini jack in the other end. I chose the SM57 because it's a fairly good mic to use from a distance. The SM58 is it's much more close up. It's exactly the same capsule inside, but SM is more for singing voices and things like that, while the SM58, I mean, the SM57 I use more frequently on like guitar cabinets and things like that. But it can be used, hopefully, to make a good recording mic for voice directly to the camera. I'll try to fix it and we'll see how it goes, okay? As I was talking about the SM57, it's a very well known and yeah, quite cheap microphone. That was, I took out the plug and just make an assembly because these plugs are, yeah, fairly expensive, so we'll keep that in a safe place. So this little gadget is for old people like me that can't see much anymore. It's very nice. Doesn't cost, it almost doesn't cost anything. It's cheap thing. And you have an extra pair of hands here. It's very nice, very useful. So I recommend you buy that. I figured out that I have to go find a plug and go from there. Before I put the plug on, I want to check now if I have a proper contract through the system, and I'm not gonna do this the hard way. Since I'm using some a little bit older cables, I will shorten it a little bit and make a fresh cut, because it's always a good idea to make a fresh cut and don't mess around with the... I need that plug. It's a female XLR to go into the mic. But I already have this. So this is a male XLR because I need to take off the plug from this one. So we'll have both possibilities. It's always a good idea to pre-solder the cable a little bit. I'm gonna do that now. This will make your job a little bit easier. Just to pre-solder the thing. I know I'm not used to working like this, but just heat up the copper a little bit. In this sequence, on the male side, on the female side, it's just the other way around. This is number 2. This is number 1. which of course is a ground connection. And this is the inverse or the out of phase cable that goes to the plug. This is 1, 2, 3. And I'm trying to record now with this microphone, just check it if it's working. That was actually a successful operation, so I think I'll be back to you when I finish this gadget I had in mind, okay? Well, let's start working on this contraption. I guess you wonder, you don't wonder, by now you know what I'm trying to do, I guess. But let's open this. The point here is to try to make a kind of studio quality microphone using a cheap one. We used to do this back in the days when we first started to experiment a little bit. I bought these sponges. Why they're wet, God knows why. Why the hell are they wet? Well, they're full of soap and things like that. That was a surprise. I didn't expect that. But anyway, yeah. At least we get a clean mic. I tried to find something else, but didn't work out. So what we're doing now, we fill this box. A couple of sponges should be sufficient, I guess. I hope. So I'm really surprised that it's very, very wet, this sponge, so don't use that. So now this is as good as full with wet sponges. I put those aside. I put the sponges inside this, and then we're gonna cut off the over. You can make this very nice if you want. I don't care. So like this. Hopefully. Now we have a kind of box with sponge inside, or foam, or whatever you want. You can use anything as long as it's flexible. What I'm now gonna do, I'm gonna clear off this mess and stuff it in here. Like this. Be sure you don't cover the end of the mic here, because the mic is dependent on it to keep the characteristics of the mic intact. Now we have a nice box. So that's why it's important to smoothen out the edges of the box, because now I cut myself. And don't want to do that. It's just I'm an idiot, I did it, so. This, you can do this with any cheap mic, it's no problem. Now I happen to try the SM57 because I know it's a good mic in a little distance. You want to keep a little distance to the mic, I guess, when you talk and make videos. Or this kind of a thing we used to make in back in the day when we didn't have the very expensive, or they're not so expensive anymore, studio microphones, but back in the day they were, for us, pretty unobtainable. And but this kind of microphones we had a lot of, so we made quite nice recordings with them. So of course it's not a Neumann, but we're gonna check it out. This one gonna need a little EQ, so we'll find out later how it works.